So this stop on this tour is actually of a seed tree harvest that was conducted on the Umstead Research Station in, I believe right now we're pretty much right on the line between Durham and Granville counties. This property falls within both of those counties. This was conducted about 3 years ago. Prior to harvest, it was about a 70-year-old stand, even-age stand of loblolly pine that regenerated on an abandoned agricultural field, which is pretty typical for this part of North Carolina and in the central Appalachian Piedmont in general. But instead of just coming in and doing a total harvest, which we would oftentimes do, or a clear-cut harvest on a site like this, because we are pretty close to a road that gets a lot of public use, and also because we're a research station division and we like to do things just a little bit different for demonstration and research purposes here and there, we decided to do a seed tree cut, whereby we left trees about every 100 feet on this site. And we are going to rely on those trees that we retain to drop the seed to regenerate the site and develop that next stand of loblolly pine. So instead of coming in and planting, we're going to let these overstory trees that you see behind us that are full of cones do the work for us. And we think we'll have pretty good results on this. If you look at loblolly pine and you know how far those small seeds that it develops can go, you know, downwind it can throw them about 300 feet. You know, a more conservative estimate might be about 150 feet. So leaving trees every 100 feet or so, we feel pretty confident we're going to get the spacing that or get the coverage of seed that we need. There are some issues with a harvest like this though. Remember, I said we left a tree about every 100 feet. If you look directly behind you, you'll notice there are no trees. That's because they blew down. So when you open up a stand this much, especially big old trees with nice crowns like these, they're like sails in the wind and they catch them and they blow over. In fact, if we just look to our right behind Hank over here, we have the top of another leaf tree that came down. But if we go ahead and look down here, you'll see we actually do have some loblolly pines starting to regenerate on that site. That's good, that's what I want to see. You'll also notice that there is some hardwood out here. It is winter time, but what I can tell you is that snapped pretty easily. This is all dead. We came in last summer and did a skidder application of glyphosate and imazapyr to knock back the competition that came back following the harvest on this site. So now that we've eliminated that competition and we've exposed bare mineral soil through the harvest, we expect to get a nice crop of loblolly pine seed out here and start to regenerate this stand. So before I shut off, I'll just kind of point you towards just how many pine trees we actually do have out here. So we have 1, 2, 3 right here. We have another one right here in front of the camera, another one right here. If I go around to this side, if you want to look down, we have some. So it's a little bit deceiving, and I know the camera quality probably may not show it, but there's plenty of pine regeneration on this site. So now we just need to give it some time to grow.